Hello, and welcome to another episode of Genuine Healing Down Under with your hosts, me, Marvin Schneider.
And me, Jen Ward. Hi, everybody.
Hello, Jen. Thank you to the listener for joining us again. I really do hope you are getting a lot of benefit out of participating with us in a daily practice.
Absolutely. I think it's important for people who are struggling to have that kind of spiritual balance, to have a place to come.
Yes, indeed. And it's interesting, we just finished participating in our weekly Genuine Healing open house. It's a Zoom call where a bunch of people get together and they're part of our tribe, and it's an open house. So we're doing a whole bunch of things in those Zoom calls. And I think you did make the point that given what's kind of going on in the world at the moment, a lot of people are feeling buffeted and various other things. So it is really important that people do have a daily practice to ground themselves in their spiritual center.
Absolutely. And some people will grind themselves, but that's okay too.
Well, we're not advocating for grinding babies.
No,
We
babies,
prefer grounding.
that's a different show.
That
But
is a different show, and we are a family show, just so that you all know.
but but what's interesting is in the open house that we share, it's like the night before and the week before an event, these truths come through to me to share with the people. It's almost like energetically, I know these people and I know what their needs are. So when they're on the call, they'll have answers, spiritual questions that need answering, and I'll provide the answers. And I don't know who it's for, I don't care. I just provide the truth that I'm given to make that conduit for them.
And I should say the same is true for these daily rejuvenations. So you don't pluck the topics out of thin air. They come to
No.
you because someone needs them at this point in time.
Absolutely. And then I sit down and I create a new set of taps. Ones you're not going to find in the lexicon or in my writings anywhere. They're fresh to this moment.
Right. Which is why it's really important that you, the listener, tune in every day. We did make the point on the open house that it is beneficial to put a half-hour slot in your diary roughly at the same time every day, and therefore, every day jump onto the Genuine Healing website, pick up the latest episode number, and go through the practice with us.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, people have been asking me for years to provide a follow along tapping session. So this has been in the works for years.
Indeed, there are so many things that we might showcase possibly at the end of the episode, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Complete the tapping exercise with us. We'll make a few announcements. There's a lot going on. So anyway, this is episode number 12 of our daily rejuvenation series on Genuine Healing Down Under. And the topic of this episode is overcoming addiction. And I think this topic is going to be relevant to a lot of people.
Okay, good. So, what I wanted to let people know is these addictions that people think are harmless, like cigarettes, alcohol, food, whatever, they they make people susceptible to energies on the other side and the astral realms as well. What happens is when someone smokes, I can always tell a smoker because where someone else will just see a human being, I'll see a big black hole in the side of their mouth where the cigarette sits. And so it's really ugly for me to see someone who's a smoker. And I suspect people who are sensitive in energy and don't realize it can sometimes see that black hole and they're repulsed by a smoker because of that and not just because of the habit itself, if that makes sense.
It does a little bit. Not that we're showcasing diminishing smokers. There are a lot of smokers.
Mm.
It is a dying habit, quite literally.
Yeah, but yeah, but the thing is, I'm going to say that people who are struggling to stay balanced, a lot of people use smoking as well as
Mm.
alcohol and drugs as a self-medicating to deal with what they're dealing with in their lives. So if they want to wean themselves off of these things, they can always use the SFT tapping as a means for self-medicating or for self-balancing, so they're not so susceptible to the cravings that come.
Yes, and in fact, one of the reasons why we do this daily rejuvenation series is that you do have a daily practice that you can reach for, that you don't have to think too hard about. Just go ahead and do it. And I should say, quick shameless promo, that in the SFT lexicon book, which is available on the Genuine Healing website, genuinehealing.com with a J, there are thousands and thousands of tabs organized around hundreds and hundreds of conditions, physical ailments, emotional conditions, psychological conditions, relationship conditions, and various other things. And clearly, addictions are one of those. But we're going to do a whole bunch of tapping today to help
Yeah.
you right here, right now, overcome addiction.
Yeah. So what people need to know is there's some in a lot of groups who the mentality or the suggestion is that you you cut the habit and then you join a spiritual group because they don't go hand in hand. But for me, I believe that the shame of not being able to cut the addiction right away is worse than the addiction itself. So if you can like stick with it, do the SFT tapping to weighing down the cravings and the addiction, and just love yourself, and the shame is not useful at all. So this is a way to like deal with the addiction without the self-abuse of shaming. How's that?
Right. Another way to think about this is if you, the listener, is one that is afflicted with an addiction, and a lot of people are, so there's no judgment about that whatsoever. I should, in all disclosure, I've been a smoker for a long part of my life, and I do enjoy, um, a, a beer or two at the end of most days. So there's that. But for those that do have addiction as an affliction in their life, I suspect that today's 20 minutes of tapping is just the beginning, just a starting totem, if you like.
So what's really interesting is you consider yourself a smoker.
I have been.
Yeah, I don't see that in you at all, which is amazing because it's so cool to get to a level of unconditional love for everyone that you don't see these things. And that's what we should um, nurture in
Afford
ourselves as
everyone.
well. Yeah, so we as the onlooker don't judge other people who are going through their issues because we don't have a reference point for what they're going through.
Right. Okay, Jen, you have crafted for us a series of SFT taps that we can do to overcome addiction. Would you like me to do my song and dance and explain to the listener how this tapping process works?
Sure, babies, I'd love a little soft shoe from you.
I'm not afraid of stairs, so just don't get too excited. All
Mm.
right, here it is, folks. The way that this tapping works is that Jen will be leading us through a series of SFT taps. They are powerful statements to the universe, and I will be repeating them on behalf of everyone watching. And I do hope that you participate actively along with us. And as I repeat the statements, I'm going to be tapping while repeating 3 times, while tapping continuously on the top of the head, 3 times repeating it. A 4th time while continuously tapping on the chest, and repeating the statement a 5th time while continuously tapping on the abdomen. That's how it works. Nice and simple.
All right, you ready?
Indeed.
Here's the first one. We blast out all energies that are feeding off us in all moments.
We blast out all energies that are feeding off us in all moments. We blast out all energies that are feeding off us in all moments. We blast out all energies that are feeding off us in all moments. We blast out all energies that are feeding off us in all moments. We blast out all energies that are feeding off us in all moments.
We dissipate all psychic streams of energy that cause cravings in all moments.
We dissipate all psychic streams of energy that cause cravings in all moments. We dissipate all psychic streams of energy that cause cravings in all moments. We dissipate all psychic streams of energy that cause cravings in all moments. We dissipate all psychic streams of energy that cause cravings in all moments. We dissipate all psychic streams of energy that cause cravings in all moments.
We close all doors to unwanted guests in all moments.
We close all doors to unwanted guests in all moments. We close all doors to unwanted guests in all moments. We close all doors to unwanted guests in all moments. We close all doors to unwanted guests in all moments. We close all doors to unwanted guests in all moments.
We rescind all invitations we have sent out in all moments.
We rescind all invitations we have sent out in all moments. We rescind all invitations we have sent out in all moments. We rescind all invitations we have sent out in all moments. We rescind all invitations we have sent out in all moments. We rescind all invitations we have sent out in all moments.
We immediately oust all squatters from our beingness in all moments.
We immediately oust all squatters from our beingness in all moments. We immediately oust all squatters from our beingness in all moments. We immediately oust all squatters from our beingness in all moments. We immediately oust all squatters from our beingness in all moments. We immediately oust all squatters from our beingness in all moments.
We repair and fortify the Wei Qi of all our bodies in all moments.
We repair and fortify the Wei Qi of all our bodies in all moments. We repair and fortify the Wei Qi of all our bodies in all moments. We repair and fortify the Wei Qi of all our bodies in all moments. We repair and fortify the Wei Qi of all our bodies in all moments. We repair and fortify the Wei Qi of all our bodies in all moments.
We immediately stop being a doormat in all moments.
We immediately stop being a doormat in all moments. We immediately stop being a doormat in all moments. We immediately stop being a doormat in all moments. We immediately stop being a doormat in all moments. We immediately stop being a doormat in all moments.
We release agreeing to things we don't want in our lives in all moments.
We release agreeing to things we don't want in our lives in all moments. We release agreeing to things we don't want in our lives in all moments. We release agreeing to things we don't want in our lives in all moments. We release agreeing to things we don't want in our lives in all moments. We release agreeing to things we don't want in our lives in all moments.
We release choosing being polite over our own sovereignty in all moments.
We release choosing being polite over our own sovereignty in all moments. We release choosing being polite over our own sovereignty in all moments. We release choosing being polite over our own sovereignty in all moments. We release choosing being polite over our own sovereignty in all moments. We release choosing being polite over our own sovereignty in all moments.
We release attracting takers in all moments.
We release attracting takers in all moments. We release attracting takers in all moments. We release attracting takers in all moments. We release attracting takers in all moments. We release attracting takers in all moments.
We release complying with takers in all moments.
We release complying with takers in all moments. We release complying with takers in all moments. We release complying with takers in all moments. We release complying with takers in all moments. We release complying with takers in all moments.
We release resonating with addiction and cravings in all moments.
We release resonating with addiction and cravings in all moments. We release resonating with addiction and cravings in all moments. We release resonating with addictions and cravings in all moments. We release resonating with addictions and cravings in all moments. We release resonating with addictions and cravings in all moments.
We release emanating with addictions and cravings in all moments.
We release emanating with addictions and cravings in all moments. We release emanating with addictions and cravings in all moments. We release emanating with addictions and cravings in all moments. We release emanating with addictions and cravings in all moments. We release emanating with addictions and cravings in all moments.
We release giving in all moments.
We release giving in all moments. We release giving in all moments. We release giving in all moments. We release giving in all moments. We release giving in all moments.
Sovereignty is reclaimed in all moments.
Sovereignty is reclaimed in all moments. Sovereignty is reclaimed in all moments. Sovereignty is reclaimed in all moments. Sovereignty is reclaimed in all moments. Sovereignty is reclaimed in all moments.
All addictions and cravings are transcended in all moments.
All addictions and cravings are transcended in all moments. All addictions and cravings are transcended in all moments. All addictions and cravings are transcended in all moments. All addictions and cravings are transcended in all moments. All addictions and cravings are transcended in all moments.
We are centered and empowered in reclaiming our sovereignty in all moments.
We are centered and empowered in reclaiming our sovereignty in all moments. We are centered and empowered in reclaiming our sovereignty in all moments. We are centered and empowered in reclaiming our sovereignty in all moments. We are centered and empowered in reclaiming our sovereignty in all moments. We are centered and empowered in reclaiming our sovereignty in all moments.
Take a deep breath. Very good.
Thank you, babies. Those are pretty powerful. Like I said earlier at the top of this episode, I suspect that those that are afflicted with addictions and cravings, this particular tapping exercise is probably just the beginning. And so there's a plethora of tapping that can be done. And I should also say that it is very beneficial in booking a private session with you, Jen, so that you can go deeper and help individuals really free themselves from the clutches of these afflictions.
So it can take lifetimes or it can happen in an instant. It depends on what the individual is ready for. And sure, the private sessions, amps up the results, but sure, everything helps.
100%. I mean, we're here to help 8 billion people on the planet, one person at a time, heal their body, mind, and soul. And so overcoming these kinds of afflictions is just one aspect of healing your body, mind, and soul. So we don't shirk from that responsibility at all. So as we wind down, some announcements. We ran our one of our more recent group SFT tapping events. It's called Transcending the Israel-Palestine Conflict. Jump onto YouTube to watch the recording of that live stream event. Jump onto the Genuine Healing website. You can also watch it there. It is obviously available. It's pretty easy to find. So that's that. The other thing is that we are now scheduling up a whole bunch of live stream events, free live stream events, and then other paid events. So keep an eye out on the Genuine Healing website for the live stream events and other events. We've got an Akashic record reading event, for example, coming up in the next week or so. So keep an eye out on those things. We'll look forward to seeing as many people participate with us as possible.
It's great, and everyone's welcome. So do that.
And I should also say that when the more people that participate with us on the live stream, when it's actually happening in real time, it is kind of creates this amplification of the energy work that we're doing. But if you can't join us on the live stream, then catch up afterwards. So all of the recordings of these live stream events will be on the Genuine Healing YouTube channel and on the Genuine Healing website. There are plenty of ways to get access to it. The resources are there.
And absolutely, these things do not get stale because we work at a level beyond time and space. So as you're doing it, you are being lifted beyond time and space to be in that moment with us.
Indeed. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, listeners, for joining in with us. Keep practicing every day. Keep an eye out for these daily rejuvenation videos. Look forward to catching you next time, and bye for now.
Bye for now, everyone.